Bring it up a little higher here. I'll show you guys some fun here. Oops.
Oh, you got a little one there.
A little more of just a sideways split. All right. Usually when I start a show, I'm going to ask for some assistance out of the crowd to come up and help me. So I like to test everybody. I'm not going to pick those kids that are over here. Pick me, pick me, pick me. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to test everybody right now. There's 3 rules with magic. I need to make sure that you're all good with all 3 of those rules. First rule of magic, make sure that we're having fun. That's what magic is about. Make sure we have some fun. The second rule, actually see if you can follow directions. If you can follow directions, magic will work, and we'll all have fun. The third rule of magic, you actually have to have some skills. And we were talking about those skills a while ago, but I'm going to test you guys for those skills and see how you do with that, okay? Cool. So we're going to give you those 3 tests right now. I'm going to kind of be watching everybody, making sure how you're doing. And then at that point, I'll know who and what, and I can choose you out of the crowd to come up and help me with some of the tricks later on. So, okay, the first rule, everybody kind of loosen up and get limber with me. Now, generally when we do magic, we're doing magic for kids, okay? Here in Oklahoma. You've got to train them to be an audience. So I'm going to act like you guys are little kids. I want you to follow along with me. First thing is smack.
Smack.
You guys know what that's called? That's called clapping. If you like what you see tonight, clap for me. Let me know. We'll keep doing some more, okay? All right, everybody listen up and remember here. And you're going to follow along. The first rule, the first test that we're going to give is that test to make sure that we can have fun. Everybody put your hand on your head just like this. I want you to pat up and down just like that. Put your hand on your tummy just like this. Roll around and around just like that. Now you're going to do the 3 at the same time. If you were doing that, you were having fun. If not, you were laughing at someone else. You were still having fun. All right, the second rule, see if you can follow directions. Now very gently, put your hand up like you salute, like you're saluting a soldier or police officer. Make that great big circle going away from you. When you get to the top, I want you to stop. Put your left hand up. With your left hand, I'm going to get you to make a circle coming to you. Make a great big circle, round and round. When you get to the top, you're going to stop. Now what you're going to do is very slowly make circles going in the opposite directions. You should pass at the top and the bottom. Get to the stop. Change directions, go the other way. All right, some of you were doing very good, some weren't. Don't feel bad. Only about 40% of the people in the world can do that. Now the last one is actually to test your skills. That's the most complicated part, but if you have the skills, you follow directions, we'll have fun and the magic's going to work. So everybody put your hands out just like this. Point your thumbs down just like this. Crisscross right over left or left over right. That part doesn't matter. As long as you crisscross, lock your fingers like you're holding hands with that special person, point your thumbs down just like that. You got to have your thumbs pointed down. Now everybody do exactly what I do on 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm seeing that you guys don't quite have the skills. We're going to work on those tonight, though, okay? So, you guys ready? We're going to do a little bit of magic here. The first one that I'm going to do, I'm actually going to use 2 straws. Now, these are straws that I borrowed from McDonald's earlier. I promise that I will take them back to them. But, I got a question for you here in a minute. I'm actually going to need something from you, okay?
Okay.
So, okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the straws. And we're going to tie a knot. Now, I told you I had a question for you. Do you believe in love?
Yes.
Do you believe in true love?
Yes.
Innocent love at first sight? No? No? Okay. Well, we're going to challenge that for you, okay? Now, what happens when 2 people fall in love? They get married eventually.
Okay, they get married.
Well, we call that tying the knot, right?
Oh.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a knot with these straws. Just like that. Now, is that a knot?
No.
That's not a knot. But if I tie the other side, that is a knot, correct?
Sure.
Okay. Now I told you I needed something from you.
All right.
I told you we were going to test that love. What I need is I need a kiss. Can I have a kiss from you? Actually, it's for the straws, not me.
Sure.
Blow a kiss over here for me. There you go. Very good. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. The straw melt. That was quite a hot kiss. So, you guys play cards?
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Okay. Well, we're going to see how good your card skills are. I'm going to introduce you to some card shuffles that you may or may not have seen in the past. Okay. This is kind of a warm-up for me and kind of a warm-up for you guys as well. First thing we're going to do is the standard old-fashioned riffle shuffle. Riffle shuffle and the bridge. Everybody's seen that shuffle on a card table, right? Well, the problem is with that shuffle, my granddad couldn't do that shuffle. He had really bad arthritis and he wasn't capable of doing that. So he did what was called the overhand shuffle. You guys seen that one before? A lot of card players that play that. Now in India and Pakistan, they have a shuffle called the Hindu shuffle. Looks very similar. They grip the deck this way and they run through very fast. Now, because of the size of my hands, that's not one that I can do. I'll do a modified version. It looks something like this. Kind of a modified overhead shuffle. Now, did you guys ever see the movie Tombstone? The old cowboy movie with Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday? Well, in that movie, they played, there was a card game that they were playing. The famous scene that everybody remembers, Doc Holliday was sitting there, had his girlfriend sitting on his lap. He'd been drunk for about 3 days, and he was playing cards. The card table that they were sitting at was called Faro. F-A-R-O. Now, in that, they had a very complicated, elaborate table, more elaborate than a craps table or a roulette table. And then the other thing that they had was a very elaborate, complex set of rules. Those rules were so complicated that most casinos don't even know the rules anymore. The third thing is it required a very special shuffle. The shuffle that they did was an exact, perfect, every other card shuffle. Something like that. Now, most people can't do that, so that's the 3 reasons that game is not played anymore. Now, the old paddle wheelers, the old riverboats, the guys on there that gambled had a secret shuffle that they did. It was something like this. It was very reminiscent of the boats that they actually worked on. Kind of looked like the old paddle wheelers. Now, this year was a political year, correct? We've heard a lot from politicians. We've almost heard too much from politicians. Now, you guys know that politicians have a secret shuffle? They do. They have a secret shuffle that only politicians perform. Kind of like the Masons have a secret handshake. Politicians have this shuffle. They perform this shuffle whenever they sit down at a table. Most people play cards to gamble. Well, they're in office to screw us, not each other, cheat each other over. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to show you how they do that shuffle. What they do is when they sit out at the table and one politician sees the shuffle, they know, hey, that's another magician, or another politician. I'll do the shuffle. I mean, he's not going to screw me over. So that shuffle looks something like this. Makes a lot of noise, nothing happens. Now, you guys, have you ever been to the casinos? Watch poker on TV recently? It's a big thing. The guys on there will do a lot of stuff. What they're going to do is they're going to do some spreads that look like this. They'll actually take and run the cards a little bit. They'll make little fans that look like this. The problem is that little fan doesn't do us much good here in Oklahoma. It's a whole lot hotter and a whole lot windier. So I like to make more of an industrial size fan, something more like this. Now that'll do us some good. Now, little kids have the most amazing shuffle that I've ever seen. You ever babysit?
Yeah.
Little brothers and sisters? Yeah. Little kids have a shuffle that looks something like this. They take a few cards, they turn some cards this way, turn some cards that way, run them all around. You guys know what that's called? That's called slop. You know why it's called slop, right? There's cards face up, there's cards face down, there's even cards back to back. Now I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. I'm going to show you how a magician shuffles. Just like this. You don't believe me for the shuffle, do you? Just like that. Yeah. Okay.